Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fluent Path English. I'm James.
And I'm Emily. Thanks for joining us today. You know, James, November 11th is a very special day in the United States, isn't it?
That's right. It's Veterans Day, a national holiday in the U.S. that honors all military veterans who have served in the armed forces.
Exactly. Veterans Day is observed every year on November 11th to express gratitude and respect for those who have served the country, both in wartime and peacetime.
Originally, this day was called Armistice Day, which marked the end of World War I. But in 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day to include all American veterans, not just those from the First World War.
Right. The date, November 11th, was chosen because that's when the Armistice Treaty was signed in 1918, officially ending World War I.
Across the country, you'll see parades, ceremonies, and moments of silence to honor the men and women who have served.
Yes, it's a meaningful day that reminds people to appreciate the sacrifices made for peace and freedom.
And that brings us to today's dialogue. A man and a woman are talking about Veterans Day, but it seems there's a little confusion about what it's called.
Exactly. All right, now let's listen to their conversation and learn more about this important day.
Do you have any plans for Veterans Day?
You mean Armistice Day?
What are you talking about? November 11th is Veterans Day. What planet are you from?
Well, as you know, on November 11th, the Allies signed a peace treaty with the Germans, also known as the Armistice Treaty. This marked the end of World War I, and many countries around the world commemorated this date under names such as Remembrance Day. In Poland, it's their Independence Day. There's a lot going on around the world on this day.
Wow, I didn't know. Probably because I flunked history in school.
That was a really interesting conversation. The man and woman are actually talking about the same date, but from two different perspectives.
Yeah, exactly. The man is referring to the American holiday, Veterans Day, while the woman is thinking about the same day as Armistice Day, which marks the end of World War I.
Right. It's a great example of how different countries can celebrate the same date for different reasons.
Definitely. So now, let's go over some key phrases and words from the dialogue that can help you understand and talk about historical events like this.
All right. So, let's start with the word veteran.
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 So, a veteran is someone who has served in the military. You'll often hear this word when people talk about honoring those who have dedicated their lives to protecting their country.
Exactly. And in the dialogue, when the man says Veterans Day, he's talking about a U.S. national holiday that celebrates all former members of the armed forces.
Right. For example, my grandfather is a veteran who served in the Navy. That means he used to be part of the military.
Okay, next, let's take a look at the word armistice.
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 So an armistice is basically an agreement made by opposing sides in a war to stop fighting. It's kind of like saying, let's call a truce.
Yeah, exactly. An Armistice Day in the dialogue refers to November 11th, 1918, the day World War I officially ended when the Allies and Germany signed the Armistice Treaty.
For example, the leaders signed an armistice to end the conflict. That means they agreed to stop fighting.
Now moving on, let's talk about the phrase, what planet are you from?
What planet are you from?
What planet are you from?
This one's funny. It's a sarcastic way to say that someone doesn't know something really basic or obvious.
Yeah, totally. In the dialogue, the man says it because he can't believe the woman doesn't know what Veterans Day is. He's teasing her a little.
Exactly. For example, you've never heard of pizza? What planet are you from? It's a playful way to show surprise or disbelief.
All right, next up, as you know.
As you know.
As you know.
So this phrase is used when you mention something the listener already knows. It's polite and sounds natural in explanations.
You could say, like you know, but honestly, as you know, sounds way more natural and a bit more formal.
Right. For example, as you know, the meeting starts at 10 a.m. That just means the listener already knows that information.
And next, let's look at the word ally.
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 An ally is a country or person that supports or cooperates with another, especially in war or conflict.
Exactly. In the dialogue, the Allies signed a peace treaty with the Germans means the countries that fought together against Germany, like Britain, France, and the US.
Yeah, right. For example, Canada is one of the strongest allies of the United States. That means they have a close and supportive relationship.
Nice. Okay, now that we've gone through these key phrases and words, let's listen to the dialogue one more time and hear how they sound in action.
Do you have any plans for Veterans Day?
You mean Armistice Day?
What are you talking about? November 11th is Veterans Day. What planet are you from?
Well, as you know, on November 11th, the Allies signed a peace treaty with the Germans, also known as the Armistice Treaty. This marked the end of World War I, and many countries around the world commemorated this date under names such as Remembrance Day. In Poland, it's their Independence Day. There's a lot going on around the world on this day.
Wow, I didn't know. Probably because I flunked history in school.
This time I noticed how informative the woman was. She really gave a quick history lesson in just a few sentences.
Yeah, she explained the global significance of November 11th really well. It's not just about America. It's a day that many nations reflect on in different ways.
Right. And it's a nice reminder that the same historical event can be remembered differently around the world.
Exactly. All right, now let's check out another set of useful expressions from the dialogue.
All right, so let's start with the word treaty.
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 Yeah, so a treaty is basically a formal agreement between two or more countries. You'll often hear it when they make peace or set international rules.
Exactly. And in the dialogue, on November 11th, the Allies signed a peace treaty with the Germans means, on November 11th, they officially agreed to end World War I. That's what the Armistice Treaty was all about.
For example, the countries signed a trade treaty to reduce taxes on imports. That means they made an official agreement for reducing taxes on imports.
Okay, next up, the word mark.
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 So, mark means to show or signal an important moment or change. You use it when something represents a turning point.
Yeah, that's right. In the dialogue, this marked the end of World War I. Means the signing of the peace treaty officially ended the war.
Exactly. For example, the concert marked the beginning of their world tour. It means the concert started something important or new.
All right, now let's talk about the word commemorate.
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 To commemorate means to remember and honor someone or something, often through a ceremony or event.
Yeah, right. In the dialogue, many countries around the world commemorated this date, means they held ceremonies to remember and show respect for the end of the war.
Exactly. For example, every year, the town commemorates the soldiers who died in battle. That means they hold an event to honor them.
Next up, we have remembrance.
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 Remembrance means the act of remembering and showing respect to people or events from the past.
Right. And Remembrance Day in the dialogue is a holiday in the UK, Canada, and other countries to honor soldiers who died in wars.
Here's an example. They held a moment of silence in remembrance of the victims. That means they quietly remembered those who passed away.
Okay, moving on. The word independence.
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 Independence means freedom from control or influence by another country or power.
Yeah, exactly. In the dialogue, Independence Day refers to Poland's national holiday, the day they regained freedom after years of foreign rule.
For example, the country celebrates its independence every July 4th. It means they celebrate the day they became free.
And finally, let's talk about the word flunk.
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 So flunk means to fail a test or a class, but it's a casual word, kind of slangy. You'd hear it more in everyday conversation.
Yeah, totally. And in the dialogue, when the man says, "I flunked history in school," he's joking that he failed the subject. That's why he didn't know the history behind Veterans Day.
Exactly. For example, I almost flunked math last semester. That means I almost failed the class.
Awesome. So now that we've gone through these key phrases and words, let's listen to the dialogue one last time and see how they're used in action.
Do you have any plans for Veterans Day?
You mean Armistice Day?
What are you talking about? November 11th is Veterans Day. What planet are you from?
Well, as you know, on November 11th, the Allies signed a peace treaty with the Germans, also known as the Armistice Treaty. This marked the end of World War I, and many countries around the world commemorated this date under names such as Remembrance Day. In Poland, it's their Independence Day. There's a lot going on around the world on this day.
Wow, I didn't know. Probably because I flunked history in school.
All right, that's it for today's episode. Hopefully, you learned something new about Veterans Day and how it's connected to world history.
Yeah? It's fascinating how one date can carry so much meaning, from peace treaties to national holidays.
Absolutely. And it's also a good reminder to take a moment to thank the veterans who've served for our safety and freedom.
Right. And you know, James, Japan doesn't really have a holiday like Veterans Day, does it?
That's true. There isn't a national holiday that honors military veterans specifically, but Japan does have August 15th, the end of World War II, known as the day to remember the war dead and pray for peace.
Yes, on that day, the government holds a national memorial ceremony, and many people reflect on peace. There are also days like Constitution Memorial Day in May and the Emperor's birthday in December, which are often seen as times to think about peace and the nation's future.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Even though the meanings differ, the spirit of remembering and being grateful is something all nations share.
Exactly. So whether it's Veterans Day or the End of the War Memorial Day, it's all about reflecting on peace and showing respect.
Well said, Emily. All right, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in today.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review.
We'll be back soon with more real-life English conversations.
See you next time. Bye.